Well. Say goodbye to your brackets, guys. The Blue Jackets have just swept the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh my goodness. Who expected this? Certainly not me. Of course, after the first 2 games, I was afraid that the Blue Jackets would see a repeat of last season where they were leading 2-0 in the first round against the defending champions, the Washington Capitals, or the eventual Stanley Cup winners of last season. They were winning 2-0 and lost 4 straight. But this time, the Blue Jackets show no weakness. In Game 1, the closest game of the series, Tampa led 3-0, and then they choked to allow 4 straight. And since then, the Blue Jackets have outscored the Lightning 15-3. Or 15-5. Sorry, 15-5. They did not let up at all. Bobrovsky standing on his head for all 4 games, and allowing his 8 goals in 4 games. That's pretty good. They'll go on to face Boston and Toronto. But what a story. Tampa Bay 62-16-4. 128 points, tied the league record for the most wins in a season, yet they get swept out of the first round. Lightning fans, I feel your pain. There was also another sweep here. Islanders and Penguins. Now, in my Stanley Cup prediction video, I did expect the Islanders to win this series. But I said they would win in 7, and not a sweep. Again, who saw this coming? I know a lot of you guys thought Pittsburgh had the upper hand. But the Islanders, they stifled the Penguins' offense. The Penguins got 1 goal in 3 straight games. 6 goals in the entire series. The Islanders had 14. But I think this was a moderately close in every single game series. That kind of series is a little bit more fun. But the Islanders showed no sign of weakness as well. Robin Lehner stood on his head. Matt Murray didn't. Simple as that. Yeah, these are some really, really good storylines. Of course, let's talk about the other series. We'll go over those as well. Starting in the East, we have Boston and Toronto. Toronto leads this series 2-1. Yeah, that's pretty good for the fans. I'm sure Maple Leaf Nation is loving this. Though we are all afraid of another Maple Leafs choke. So calm yourselves, this series is not over yet. My prediction was Boston in 6 games. I look to be wrong. But if Boston wins 3 straight, my prediction will be right. Carolina and Washington. The Caps stormed to win the first 2 games. But the Canes won at home 5-0. So the home team has won every game so far, and that sets up possibly a win in Game 4 for Carolina. The Caps lead 2-1, the defending champions, showing their might. They lead 2-1 in the series. My prediction was Washington in 5 games. So if Washington wins the next 2, then I'll be right. Predators and Stars. Let's go to the West. Now, Dallas, they stormed to win Game 1 in Nashville, and then they lost in OT. That is pretty sad because Dallas could have won both games on the road, but they got what they wanted, a split. However, they lost at home. And when you lose at home, you lose your advantage. So, keep that in mind. The Preds lead 2-1 in the series, and I can see that the Preds have the upper hand, although the Stars are keeping themselves in it. It's been a close series. My prediction was Nashville in 6 games. That may very well prove true in the end. Jets and the Blues, the series that I'm watching, I've watched all 4 games so far. That game 4 is still going on. It's scoreless right now as I record this video. The Blues beat the whiteout. They really did. Jordan Binnington dominated in the first 2 games. But Winnipeg found a crack in Binnington's armor. Binnington, before Game 3 of the Round 1 playoffs, had never allowed more than 4 goals in a game. However, he's also not lost 2 straight in his rookie season. So, what does that tell you about Game 4 and how Game 4 is going to go? We'll see. We'll catch up with you once this series is over. Flames and the Avs. This is really not looking good for the Flames. Okay, so in Game 1, the Flames won 4-0, and fans would say, oh, the Flames dominated. They're going to win this series. But in Game 2, Calgary leads 2-1 in the third. They give up a late one and lose in overtime. And that's really, really stifling for your mood and your morale for the Flames. And yeah, and that showed in Game 3. They lost 6-2 to the Avs. Sure, the Avs have only outscored the Flames 9-8, but this is not as close as you think it is. I think the Avs have the upper hand right now. Clearly. My prediction was Flames in 5, I think. And that prediction is very well wrong. But can the Flames pull out and win this series? We'll see. Sharks and Golden Knights. Now, the Sharks came out flying in Game 1 and they deserved that win. And these two teams show that they're not very defensive. They're very offensive and they score a lot of goals. That's good. I love high scoring. Everybody loves that. But the Golden Knights have that advantage in Game 2 and 3. Martin Jones just really, really struggling. And Aaron Dill doesn't really help your cause either. So I do think the Sharks are in need of a better goaltender for next year. Maybe Jones can be the backup, but Jones cannot play number 1. Like in his previous seasons with the Sharks, he dominated. Yeah, he did. He was the definitive number 1. Now Martin Jones looks, dare I say it, kind of dumb. Yeah. I don't know if Jones will start Game 4. That's later tonight. We'll see what happens in Game 4, and then we'll go on from there. And that's going to do it. How are you enjoying the Stanley Cup playoffs so far? What series have surprised you? This is the bracket as of right now. Columbus and the New York Islanders have moved on to round 2. Will there be any more upsets? Or will the favored teams go on to win the series? Lots of storylines, lots of hype. I'm watching the Stanley Cup playoffs every day. I don't have any more free time. I'm watching this really closely, and if you want to keep up, follow me on Twitter, because you'll get live tweeting every night. Of course, I'm very polite. I don't give any big opinions. I just talk about the news. Okay? Well, thank you guys for watching. Smash that like button for more hockey videos. And as always, it is time for us to go. I'll probably see you guys at the end of round number 1.